A lot of work for those guys because everybody worked like 3 days a week. I think they had a lot of fun. I think there was a lot of fun at the hotel. I would always hear stories about what happened at the hotel bar. It was like I was up at 4 in the morning.
All right, picture this. Ben Affleck, minding his own business, suddenly dragged into a legal showdown involving none other than Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Crazy, right? But here's the kicker. Ben didn't just show up. He dropped a bombshell statement nobody saw coming, and it's shaking things up big time. Now, before you think this is just another Hollywood drama, we've actually got court documents and some explosive responses from both sides that validate just how real and messy this has gotten. Trust me, once you hear what's actually unfolding behind the scenes, you'll see why everyone's buzzing. Stick around.
Movie It Ends With Us. Actor and director Justin Baldoni is facing a setback in his lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and the New York Times.
You're not going to want to miss what Ben revealed and why Justin Baldoni is scrambling to respond. If you're feeling a little lost or just catching up, here's what's happening. Blake Lively recently took legal action against Justin Baldoni's production company, Wayfarer Studios, claiming they breached their contract during the production of a highly anticipated film project. Basically, Blake says they didn't hold up their end of the deal, leading to financial disputes and major disagreements over creative control. And just when things couldn't seem messier, guess who gets pulled right into the middle? Ben Affleck. Yep, Ben Affleck himself. Unexpectedly forced into the spotlight, and now he's spilling details that could potentially change the direction of the entire case. So, what's Ben got to do with all this drama? Let me break it down for you. Now, here's where things get juicy.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit.
Just yesterday, brand new court documents dropped, revealing that Ben Affleck was officially subpoenaed in Blake Lively's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni's company. Yep, that means Affleck didn't exactly volunteer to jump into this mess. Legally, he had no choice but to speak out. And when he finally did, what he revealed caught everyone completely off guard. Ben's statement highlighted some behind-the-scenes chaos, detailing disagreements and tensions that went way deeper than anyone suspected. Not only did he confirm key parts of Blake's claims, but he also hinted at some questionable moves on Baldoni's side, moves that could completely change the game's outcome.
Blake Lively's It Ends With Us co-star Jenny Slate defends her amid the legal drama playing out with Justin Baldoni.
So, what exactly did Affleck say that has everyone scrambling? And why could this be the turning point of the entire lawsuit? Let's dive right into those explosive details. So, why exactly was Ben Affleck dragged into this whirlwind lawsuit? Well, it turns out he wasn't just randomly selected. Affleck had closely collaborated with both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni on previous projects, placing him directly in the middle of their working relationship. Because of this unique position, he witnessed firsthand interactions, negotiations, and agreements that are now at the heart of this legal drama. When Affleck finally spoke out, he provided some jaw-dropping insights.
Usually one side will ask for whatever they can, but there will be pushback.
The pushback handed down by a judge last week.
He specifically mentioned witnessing heated discussions between Blake and Baldoni regarding creative control, budgeting issues, and production timelines. Ben also pointed out instances where Blake clearly expressed concerns about the company not fulfilling contractual promises, a detail absolutely critical to Blake's case. His statements weren't just idle gossip. They added substantial credibility to Blake's claims and painted Justin Baldoni's side in a questionable light. Essentially, Affleck's involvement just might tip the scales in Blake's favor, turning this whole case upside down. But how exactly did Baldoni react to Affleck's explosive revelations?
Intense here. This morning I sent a text message. I had anxiety.
Why is that?
I haven't talked about this yet, but...
Let's take a closer look at that next. As you might expect, Justin Baldoni didn't stay quiet after Ben Affleck's bombshell statements. In fact, just hours after Affleck's testimony went public, Justin jumped onto Instagram to clear his name. He posted a strongly worded statement, categorically denying everything Ben said, emphasizing that Affleck's claims were either misunderstood or outright false. Baldoni even accused Blake Lively's team of using Ben Affleck to unfairly influence public perception about the lawsuit. But here's where it gets interesting. Fans and followers weren't so easily convinced. Social media quickly erupted with reactions, and people seemed seriously split on whom to believe.
Justin Baldoni unleashing the never-before-seen image on his explosive new website. Inside, he claims Blake skipped out on a meeting with an intimacy coordinator.
One group of commenters immediately took Affleck's side, arguing that Justin's quick denial seemed suspiciously defensive, while others defended Justin passionately, calling Affleck's involvement unnecessary drama, and unfairly biased. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, everyone had an opinion. Even some industry insiders chimed in, debating openly about whether Baldoni's response helped or hurt his credibility. Clearly, Justin Baldoni is facing an uphill battle in the court of public opinion. But how is Blake Lively handling this chaos now? Let's jump into her latest moves next. As for Blake Lively, she's definitely not backing down. If anything, she's doubling down on her allegations against Justin Baldoni's company.
Authorship, yet women represent 85% of people making purchases in homes across all categories.
Blake recently issued an official statement through her legal team, confidently standing by every claim she's made. Her lawyers have made it clear that Blake feels strongly supported by Affleck's recent testimony, calling it a key validation of her position. But that's not all. Her legal team also hinted they're sitting on even more compelling evidence, which they plan to reveal as the case progresses. Blake seems fully prepared to take this fight as far as necessary, determined to prove she's in the right. With all this momentum, how could Affleck's involvement shape the final verdict? Let's see what the legal experts have to say about that next. So, what exactly does Ben Affleck's involvement mean for the outcome of this case? Well, according to several legal experts who've analyzed the situation closely, Affleck's statements aren't just juicy gossip.
Blake Lively is slamming The Hollywood Reporter's recent magazine cover. The cover features the actress launching a slingshot at Justin Baldoni amid their ongoing legal battle.
They could genuinely reshape the entire lawsuit. Prominent entertainment lawyer Rebecca Klein recently weighed in, telling People magazine, Affleck's testimony provides crucial behind-the-scenes context that's impossible for the court to ignore. His first-hand perspective could heavily influence the judge's interpretation of contractual obligations. Experts agree that Ben's words add credibility to Blake's claims, potentially strengthening her position and complicating things significantly for Justin Baldoni's side. In short, Affleck didn't just enter the courtroom. He might have completely shifted the narrative in Blake's favor.
Police complaints that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint. Not under the influence of drugs, not under the influence of alcohol, but of the influence of proximity to Taylor Swift.
But could this case follow the footsteps of other huge Hollywood legal battles we've seen before? Let's briefly look at how similar scenarios have played out in the past. And if you're wondering just how explosive a celebrity lawsuit like this can truly become, let me remind you of some unforgettable examples. Remember when Scarlett Johansson boldly took on Disney for releasing Black Widow on streaming platforms simultaneously with theaters? That lawsuit didn't just simmer. It erupted into an absolute firestorm. Both sides fiercely defended their positions in public statements and court filings, grabbing headlines across the globe until finally, after weeks of high-stakes drama, they reached an intense settlement that shocked fans and industry insiders alike. Or consider the captivating courtroom battle between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, a clash so intense and emotionally charged that it became one of the most talked-about celebrity trials in recent memory. Daily revelations, passionate testimonies, and relentless media scrutiny transformed it into an unforgettable spectacle, capturing audiences everywhere. Now, with Ben Affleck stepping directly into the spotlight and tensions rising between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, this latest celebrity legal feud could ignite an even greater storm. Will it explode with the same intensity we've seen before? Or could we be on the brink of witnessing a twist no one expects, changing the narrative completely? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into what might unfold next. So, what's next in this gripping Hollywood legal drama? The stakes are higher than ever, and every twist and turn keeps us on the edge of our seats. Could Ben Affleck's unexpected testimony truly turn the tide in Blake Lively's favor and secure her a crucial victory? His words certainly added a dramatic flair to the proceedings, and if the court finds him credible, it could significantly bolster her case. Affleck's involvement brings a level of star power and intrigue that's hard to ignore, and his perspective might just be the key that unlocks a favorable outcome for Blake. But let's not forget, this is Hollywood, where nothing is ever as simple as it seems. On the other hand, Justin Baldoni's team is no stranger to high-stakes legal battles.
And 9 other plaintiffs, including his publicists, have brought a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, essentially alleging them of libel and false light invasion of privacy.
And they've shown time and again that they're not afraid to fight hard. Are they preparing to strike back with even more explosive evidence that could flip the narrative entirely? It wouldn't be surprising if they've been holding on to a bombshell revelation, waiting for the perfect moment to drop it and shift the momentum in their favor. After all, this case has been full of surprises, and Justin's legal team has proven they're more than capable of pulling off a dramatic countermove. At this stage, absolutely anything seems possible. Will there be more witnesses stepping forward with shocking revelations? Could there be a sudden settlement on the horizon? Or will this case drag on for months, if not years, as both sides dig in their heels? And let's not overlook the court of public opinion. How will the ongoing media coverage and fan theories influence the proceedings? It's a high-pressure environment where every move is scrutinized, and the slightest misstep could have major consequences. One thing's for sure, we've only begun to uncover the layers of this complex case. The deeper we go, the more questions arise. What hidden motives, alliances, or secrets are still waiting to be revealed? How will the personal dynamics between the key players, Blake, Justin, Affleck, and others, shape the outcome? And what ripple effects will this lawsuit have on their careers and reputations in the long run? As we wait for the next chapter in this saga, one thing is clear: this isn't just a legal battle, it's a full-blown spectacle that's captivating audiences far beyond the courtroom. So, what do you think will happen next? Will Blake emerge victorious, or will Justin's team pull off a stunning comeback? Share your predictions, theories, and hot takes. This story is far from over, and the best might be yet to come. But now I'm super curious. What do you guys think? This case has so many layers, and I can't help but wonder where everyone stands on the matter. Are you leaning toward Blake's version of events, with its emotional appeal and the way it seems to highlight the personal stakes involved? Or do you find Justin's arguments more convincing, especially with their focus on the technical details and the evidence he's presented?
This looks good for Baldoni, right? He's like, we want to make it all public. And sometimes lawyers can do this knowing that they can't actually do what they say they're going to do.
It's such a tough call. And both sides have compelling points that make this case anything but straightforward. And then there's Affleck's testimony. What a wild card. How much weight do you think his words carry in the grand scheme of things? Could his account be the deciding factor that tips the scales in favor of one side over the other? Or is it just another piece of the puzzle that adds to the complexity of this already tangled situation? It's fascinating to think about how the court might interpret his statements and whether they'll see him as a credible witness or someone with a vested interest in the outcome. I'm eager to hear your theories, predictions, and perspectives on how this roller coaster of a lawsuit might unfold next. Do you think there's going to be a dramatic twist that no one sees coming? Or will the case settle into a more predictable pattern as it moves forward? Maybe there's even a chance for an out-of-court settlement that could bring this whole saga to a close before it gets even messier. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. And that's what makes this so intriguing. It's not just about the legal arguments. It's about the personalities, the stakes, and the way this case seems to resonate with so many people. It feels like one of those rare moments where the outcome could have far-reaching implications, not just for the people directly involved, but for how we think about similar situations in the future. So, jump down into the comments below and share your thoughts. I'm truly looking forward to seeing your takes on this fascinating, unpredictable battle. Whether you're Team Blake, Team Justin, or somewhere in between, I want to hear it all. Let's dive into the details, debate the merits of each side's case, and maybe even make a few bold predictions about where this is all headed. The floor is yours. Let's get this conversation started. So that's where things stand right now. Ben Affleck's unexpected testimony has completely shaken up the high-profile lawsuit involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. With responses and accusations flying rapidly between both camps, things are heating up faster than anyone anticipated. Legal experts are already speculating that Affleck's involvement could trigger major twists, potentially reshaping the entire direction of the case. But believe me, this drama is nowhere near finished. New details and shocking revelations seem poised to emerge any minute, and we've got our finger firmly on the pulse of every development. To ensure you don't miss out on any juicy updates, breaking news, or exclusive insider information, make sure you've subscribed and clicked that notification bell. We'll be right here, bringing you all the latest developments the moment they happen. And trust me, there's plenty more to come. Plus, stick around because we've got some exclusive behind-the-scenes insights that you absolutely won't find anywhere else. Thanks for joining me today. Can't wait to unpack more with you soon. Catch you in the next one.